2017, you decided to join politics and you ran on Jubilee ticket. Bungoma County is predominantly Ford Kenya. Why not Ford Kenya? You decided to go on Jubilee ticket.
Initially, I was in Ford Kenya for the longest period of time. Moved around with Senator Moses Wetangula, but then Ford Kenya had an incumbent here in Kimilili Constituency called Suleiman Kasuti Murunga. The incumbent by then was also the director of elections of Ford Kenya Party. So towards the elections of 2017, I tried to engineer some reforms. I teamed up with Dr. Chris Omaloa, Wycliffe Wangamati by then, and then the Bumula parliamentary aspirant by then, the current MP, Jack Wanami Wamboka. And we plotted to oust Selisi Miyu as SG, Ofolo Mnyinya as chairman of Ford Kenya in Bungoma County, and of course Suleiman Kasuti Murunga as the director of elections, so that we can have a free and fair level playing field, because we felt like if I go to the party primaries where my competitor is the director of elections, I will not have a level playing field, you know, because a referee cannot preside over the same game where he is participating or he is a player. So when those efforts to engineer those reforms hit a snag, and of course I felt that the field will not be level during party primaries. And there were also forces within the party that were forcing me out. They began to plant people to heckle me in meetings. I remember we had a meeting in Kimaeti. Some people, even destroyed my car. They began to behave in a manner that I was a foreigner in that party, and they never wanted me. So I left that party. I went to ODM, and Baba Raila Odinga assured me of a direct nomination, which he gave me. So when I went to pick my ODM nomination certificate in Nairobi, while I was on my way coming, I got a call from the then Deputy President, William Ruto. He called me. Where I got my number, I don't know. And then he told me, Didmus, how are you? I said, I'm fine. He said, my name is William Ruto. Of course, I had to stand, and I even tucked in my jacket, my coat that I was wearing, you know, because I've never spoken to, leave alone a deputy president. I had never spoken to a governor by then. Even my own governor here, Governor Ken Lusaka, I had never spoken with him. I've never sat in a meeting with him. So he was the first high-ranking government officer to call me. So I confirmed, and then he told me, nataka tufanye kazi pamoja. He asked me, where are you? I told him, I'm going home. Akaniambia rudi. You can come and see me at 5 o'clock. I said, okay. I agreed to meet the president at 5 o'clock. So I alighted from the matatu I was using. I had reached around Kinungi. So I went back to Nairobi. So while I was going back to Nairobi, I called him, I think 3 times, just to confirm that it's him and he has not changed his mind about meeting with me. And every time I could call him, he could pick my call, and of course he knew the anxiety, so he could just laugh. Just laugh, and that welcoming smile that you can visualize. So I went and met with him, and he told me, I want you to work with me. Of course, when I arrived there, I met most of my members of parliament. I met Honorable John Waluke, Honorable Dan Wanyama, Honorable Emmanuel Wangwe, the members of parliament that were there in Jubilee at that time. So I met them, and I met them there. So I got some bit of confidence, and then when we were leaving, of course, there were also some aspirants. So we are given the same amount of money to go and begin because their parties were doing primaries. So from there, he told me, now Didmus, I want you to work with us. My President Uhuru Kenyatta has asked me to get you on board so that we can work together and build the country. So when we all left, I was still not yet decided on whether to join Jubilee or remain in ODM, because ODM had already given me the direct ticket, which actually I had it when I was doing that meeting. I had it in my jacket. So I had not decided. So when we left again, after about 20 minutes, he called me again. Said, hello, where are you? I told him, I'm at Karen Shopping Center. He told me, come back. So I went back and met with him again. This time we were only the two of us. So we had a more intrinsic discussion, a more detailed discussion. And I think somehow he persuaded me. So I left there and went to Jubilee headquarters. I picked nomination forms, paid the money, picked the nomination forms, and I agreed to go through the Jubilee party primaries, because I was a bit confident I would win, because all the aspirants within Jubilee, none of them was an official of the party, and that could make me feel like they will use their position and influence to my detriment. So that's how now I do it.
But at that point, didn't you feel that you betrayed ODM?
How could I have betrayed ODM when I had not?
They gave you a direct ticket, and
but they had not invested in me. I had just joined their party barely 2-3 days ago. So how will they feel betrayed by myself? In fact, I was the one adding value to their party. By picking that,
certificate.
I gave them an opportunity to retract the certificate and give it to somebody else, which they did.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of a person is Uhuru Kenyatta now that you worked with him at some point?
I never worked with the Uhuru Kenyatta closely.
You're in his party, that is true.
Yeah, I was in his party, but I was more... My line manager was
William
the
Ruto.
Deputy President William Ruto.
Oh, okay.
So the person I know very well is William Ruto.
Whichever the case, you know very close, but describe him. What kind of a person will you describe Uhuru Kenyatta?
Uhuru Kenyatta? I have little information about Uhuru Kenyatta.
You don't want to talk much about him?
I have very little information.
Okay, tell us about this, your friend, William Ruto.
William Ruto is a very intelligent person. He is a go-getter. He is a person whom his word is bond. Whatever you agree with him, that is it. He's not a political conman. And William Ruto is among very few Kenyans who will always remain the same regardless of power. There are 98% of the people that I've interacted with. If they are good people, if they are honest, but if they get power and money, they change. William Ruto, from the day I knew him up to today, there is no change. He's the same William Ruto that I knew in 2017. He's my president.
He's your buddy?
Yeah, absolutely.
President and buddy?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So the loyalty that you have with the president, now that he's the very first senior person to give you that call, and now you've been very close till now, does it compromise your stand in, how you debate, the decisions that you make in parliament and all that, or you have to do something? Are you a sycophant, in short?
I am not a sycophant. I am that person that takes advantage that I am part of the administration that is governing the country. And I have a way of getting what I want on behalf of the people of Kimilili. And I can explain to you on what I have benefited, not as an individual, but as a member of parliament for my people.
Even if it means as a detriment to another person?
No. I have, the government does only one thing: developing the country, sharing the resources and opportunities across the country, And many people focus on the delivery of government in terms of employment, in terms of how many ministers from my area, how many PSs from my area. Me, I look at it differently.
Okay.
I look at it in terms of the programs that Parliament plays a role in terms of implementation and in terms of directing the areas to benefit from those programs. That is where my focus is. And I want to give you an example that when the Ministry of Public Service decided to devolve government services, to decentralize government services through Duma centers, I was among the very first few members of parliament who grabbed that opportunity. Now in Kimilili, we are putting up a magnificent Duma center where the people of Kimilili, the people of Tongaren, the people of Webuye East and Mount Elgon, and part of Kapchai will no longer travel for more than 22 kilometers to Bungoma town in pursuit of government services. The road which you used to come to my house, to this my place, you've seen we are laying asphalt, we are putting tarmac. So when the other people are saying, Kasongo, I don't know, those kind of things, finance bill, those who supported, those who didn't support, I knew what I wanted. When this administration came into power, the number of all men and women in my constituency who are on the list of beneficiaries of cash transfer program were around 343. I have increased the number from 343 to 3,970. You get the point? When this administration came into power, the teachers that we have employed, the teacher service commission has employed, it's just transferred from other areas to my constituency to breach the ratio between teacher and students, or teacher and the pupils. If I tell you the number, even my other colleagues will envy me. So I have increased the number of teachers in my constituency through employment. When they're employing, they will give the number of slots, like Kimilili, this number of slots, this other constituency, this number of slots. But because my role is to represent and oversight, I had a way of going around the minister and whatever to ensure that the slots that we get as a constituency are slightly more. That is the art of politics, about negotiation and persuasion. You get the point? All those employment opportunities, I am petty to the level that I go to public service and demand a list of all public servants by all ranks from my constituency and the number of years they've been in that particular job group. And I go there not to complain, but to persuade them that the people of Kimilili are not happy because this number of people have stayed in the same job group for this number of years. They say there is one thing that I learned from Moses Wetangula. He told me that, my son, of Of course, you know Moses Wetangula was one of celebrated Minister for Foreign Affairs. He told me that, my son, murmuring to the right ears is more profitable to your people than shouting on top of the mountain to the wrong ears. So what I do, I murmur to the right ears, because I participated in forming this our government. I don't have to speak like an opposition member of parliament. An opposition will go to threaten government to intimidate a minister in a funeral. I don't intimidate ministers in a funeral. And I also want to tell you, the number of families that did not have electricity, that we have now connected them to the national grid. Before this administration, our connectivity to electricity was around 39%. I have pushed that connectivity to electricity from 39% to 87.65%. I have used my connections and in government, because the government of Kenya listens to me, to improve the education infrastructure in my constituency. Schools in our constituency are built in two aspects. Number one, you can fund construction of schools with money from national government, constituency development fund. Number two, you can also fund the construction of schools directly from the exchequer through the Ministry of Education, that infrastructure development vote for schools. So you run both. And I can confidently tell you that with the court ruling that appear to lapse CDF by month ending 30th of June next year, in Kimilili constituency, we will have completed tiling, facelifting all the old buildings, and putting capital in all the comprehensive schools, in all the primary schools. My focus was the primary because that is a place where the foundation of education is set. If a child scores 100 marks in primary school, even if you take that child to Alliance High School, that child will even never qualify to go to TVET.
Yeah, sure.
But if a child gets 350 marks in a primary school, even if he goes to a local day school where he commutes and coming back home, the possibility of that child going to the university remains alive.
I've seen, Mheshimiwa, you've done a whole lot of things in your constituency, and probably that is why you want to fly and go to the county to be able to do that. But again, just when you're answering my question, you talked about Kasongo this, Kasongo that, and yet you are pushing on your end to ensure that you get development to benefit your people in Kimilili constituency. Talking of Kasongo this, Kasongo that, Kasongo must go. You are one of the vocal leaders in Kenya when you're talking about the Gen Z protest. First and foremost, what is your take on Gen Z protest? Do you think that they really need to be listened to?
Absolutely. They really need to be listened to. And I have supported the rally call by Raila Odinga to convene a conclave, so that we can have a discussion and listen to our young people, so that we can try to see what are some of the issues that our young people of our nation want addressed by government, and how and what ifs. And to begin that, I am also organizing for a conclave myself for Bungoma County, where I will also bring many young people in that meeting. And that meeting that I am planning, I want to do it within the next 14 days. So that I can also listen to their demands, because the fact that even when that conclave will be proceeding, as a member of parliament, I may be called upon either through parliament or a committee to try and develop some TOR. I think as a representative of the people, I will want to participate in setting up the TOR, the terms of references. And you cannot validate the TOR of a meeting if you are clueless about the feeling of the targeted beneficiary. So I just want to convene my Congolese, the people of Bungoma, kill two birds with one stone. Try to listen to them because I want to be their governor, so that their concerns can also shape my policy around my manifesto, because I'm preparing some manifesto that I will be launching sometime next year. And so that's